The biggest thing for you to do is continue to stay humble. You gotta understand that you gotta stay level-headed, and that's what makes the greats great. No one really cares about what you did last game. Your opponents don't. It's all about what you're gonna do this game and what you continue to do from here on out.
I think I started playing basketball, organized basketball at age 5. My older brother played, so at a very early age, I was able to watch him play basketball. And most of my friends played basketball. We had a park by my house, a well-known name park, Washington. It's called Washington Park, and all we did was just play basketball there, have fun. And I think the love for the game developed when I was at a very young age and just continued to play. I believe the first time he saw me, I think Coach Calhoun came to a AAU game during my summer. I think I was a sophomore. And obviously knowing who he was, I think for me it was very easy for me to decide to go to the University of Connecticut. I was able to play well in the AAU circuit at the time that he was watching, and I was very fortunate to get a scholarship from them. And yeah, I was excited to actually go to the University of Connecticut.
Connecticut wins Best in Show.
It was exciting. I think as a competitor, you want to win. You want to be the last team standing in the last game. So for me to be in that position, it was just exciting. It felt like all our hard work through practices, through strength conditioning times with our strength coach, through running cemetery hills is what we called during our summertime conditioning work, stuff like that. All that came to a dramatic end, but we won. You know, we hosted a trophy, and I think everybody who plays the game or play a game, a competitive sport, you want to be the last team standing hosting the trophy.
Napier is going to try to make some play off of some type of ball screen.
8 seconds to go.
There's the switch. They're trapping him.
Napier's in trouble with 5 seconds to go. Lost the dribble. Found it again. Leans in. That's no good. Back tap. Napier for the win. He got it. Gives it up. Liggins for the lead. Liggins off the mark. Tapped around. Napier has it, and he's fouled with 1.7 seconds to play.
And he may try to miss the second one. I don't, unless he makes the first. Now you got to make the second.
Well, the key is to make the shot and the game's over.
Yep. If he makes it, the game's over.
That's right.
If he misses, you got to call timeout and set up your home run.
Yeah, I agree.
Amazing stretches has been for Connecticut. These must-win games. Backs to the wall. And that's going to do it.
Game time.
A lot of times when I'm in those situations, I kind of think back to when I was very younger. When I used to have to deal with certain things that was very difficult to deal at a young age. You know, just growing up where I grew up at, in the neighborhood I grew up, you know, you deal with a lot of things that are out of your control. So when I'm playing basketball, a lot of times I'm playing, having fun, enjoying it, because for me, it's just, you know, my love for the game, it takes away from the negative things that I've dealt with in my entire life. So when I'm at the free throw line, whether it's no seconds left, whether it's the beginning of the game, I'm not thinking how crucial a shot is. I'm not thinking how crucial would be if I make or miss. I'm just playing basketball. I'm just thinking, just like any other day, I'm thinking back to me being back in the park at 7, 8 years old, just having fun, just shooting, and, you know, hoping I can make the shot. I think the biggest reason I stayed was, so my third year, we were not allowed to play in a tournament, and it didn't sit well with me. My sophomore year, we had one of the best teams coming back from college. Obviously, as a freshman, we just won, so we were predicted to win again, and I didn't play well my sophomore year. And then obviously I wasn't able to play my junior year in the NCAA tournament. So I felt like I owed a lot to the University of Connecticut. I felt like I owed a lot to the coaches, to the fans. and decided that it would be best for me to stay. And fortunate enough, we had a great senior year, but it was mostly. I felt like the University of Connecticut gave me so much my first 2 to 3 years that I owe them a better ending.
5.5 to go for UConn. Napier, they have a timeout. They don't use it for the win. Perhaps 0.2 of a second still on the clock.
Nice shot. There's a switch. Dawson's got Napier. Jumper. Oh, my. That's him. He knows how to stick that dagger. And a brand new wave.
Yeah, man, it was very exciting. Very cool to be, to win again. I think, like I said earlier, it's just, for me, all I care about is winning. You know, I wanna do the best I can, obviously, but at the end of the day, I want to be the team that wins. I want to be hosting the trophy. I want to be moving on to the next round of the playoffs. You know, things that's gonna make me excited about the game are just not individual accolades, but just team accolades. If I can, you know, come down in history and be, you know, the most winningest player, then that's all I care about. You know, I just want to win. You know, and for me, you know, hosting that trophy is the most important thing.
Performance.
Been UConn's Shabazz Napier, and he's done it when his team has needed it time and time again offensively, but he's also
Tapped into the hands of Boatwright with 5 seconds, and this most improbable tournament run comes to an end with a UConn championship.
I don't think you know, student athletes should get hundreds of thousands of dollars. You know, but like I said, there are hungry nights that I go to bed and I'm starving. So something can change, something should change.
I do believe that that as a student athlete, we are held to a different standard than a regular student. You know, I think I was just another stepping stone, another milestone into making it to where it is now. I don't think I kind of started it, because obviously when I was talking about it with the press, it was something that was already starting. I believe Northwestern was trying to pay their football team players, and I think that's where the question came from. So I don't believe I'm the one that got it going, but I do believe I helped the movement into you know, helping student athletes, you know, be paid for their work, you know, because for me, it's also the game you love, the game you enjoy, but when money's involved, it becomes more than just a game. For me, I think the best time I was able to show what I was capable of was Portland. Played with Portland Trail Blazers, played under Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum, and being able to go against them in practice, help my confidence out, being able to learn from them, watching them during games, watching them during practice, has helped me out tremendously. And then, you know, when there were moments where they were not playing, I was able to get a chance to play and flourish a couple of games. And I think that's where my confidence became stronger, and it allowed me to, you know, eventually branch out and, you know, show just everyone how capable I was of playing on that high level. You know, I've been the shortest player usually, you know, throughout my whole career. Not just professional, just since I was a kid. You know, I wasn't the tallest, I wasn't the strongest, but I had an ability to just find ways to get around defenders, an ability to find ways to sneak in certain areas. Just an ability to just try to potentially put myself in position to score, to win, to get the steal, to make a block. And I think that's just over time and experience of understanding the game. You know, I think, like I said, I'm not the fastest, I'm not the tallest, so I had to use my IQ. I think for me, I'm one of the smartest players, and a lot of it has to do with just me trying to study the game. You know, win or lose, I'm always watching film on what I did or what I could have done. Before games, I'm watching the other team. I'm watching how do they rotate, what happens when they switch, what happens on a pick and roll, how do they guard certain players that are just like me. I try to find out ways of just trying to manipulate their defense or manipulate their offense so that my team has a better chance of winning the game. At a young age, you know, I had to figure out how to control my own emotions. I had to figure out how to do things on my own. Obviously now you guys are able to see me, you know, flourish a little bit as a leader. But you know, when I was younger, I was not so good at it. It comes with experience and trying to figure out what best works for certain players. Obviously, you can only talk to certain players a certain way. You know, one player you may just talk to him nicely, another player you can talk to him a rough way, and he will understand you're only doing it just to, you know, help him out, and it's just a love for each other. But for me, I think it just comes with time. It comes with time, and it comes with allowing guys to understand who you are. I think everybody knows all I want to do is win. I'm passionate about just playing the game, and